Despite a century from Worcestershire's Ben Cox, Gloucestershire have the edge after day 2. An entertaining first day at Cheltenham had ended with the home side on 343 for 8, a decent recovery from 85 for 4 and inspired by Jack Taylor's unbeaten century. Ed Barnard the pick of Worcester's rather frustrated bowling attack with 4 for 67. The visitors' first aim on day 2 was a quick end to Gloucestershire's innings and Josh Tongue obliged, bowling David Payne for 15 with the third ball of the day. Last man Liam Norwell took the home side to the 4th batting point, and then Taylor added more very useful runs. He hit Barnard for 3 fours in 1 over before Tongue ended the fun. The 25-year-old caught at mid-on for 143. His innings included 20 fours and 1 6, and it dominated Gloucestershire's impressive total of 383 all out, with good support from the tail. Worcester grateful for Tongue's efforts on the second morning. His victim at the start of the day soon responded in kind early in Worcestershire's reply, Payne trapping Daryl Mitchell for just 6. And when Tom Fell was caught at slip by Noema-Barnett off Norwell's bowling, the visitors were in trouble at 25 for 2. Joe Clark hit back with a string of boundaries, but Worcestershire's recovery was stalled just before lunch when Craig Miles lured Brett D'Oliveira into the hook shot and he was caught in the deep by Norwell. 68 for 3 at the lunch interval, which was extended for 10 minutes by a light shower. When play did resume, Worcester's problems grew. With just 1 run added, Clark left one from Noema-Barnett that nipped back and he was gone for 23. Now the visitors needed a partnership, and just as Gloucestershire did in their innings, they found one. George Rhodes and Ben Cox steadied the ship from 69 for 4 and then started to accelerate as the afternoon progressed. Cox hooked Norwell for a huge 6, but as tea approached, Rhodes became the dominant partner. He hit the same bowler for 2 boundaries in the same over, and then gave spinner Graham Van Buren similar treatment. But it was Cox who won the race to 50, and at the interval things looked much healthier for Worcester. 179 for 4, the stand worth 110 so far. Cox continued to score more heavily and brought up Worcestershire's 200 in style, hitting Norwell for 6 over square leg. Wickets fell at the other end, with Rhodes dismissed for 52 and Ross Whiteley for just a single, but Cox duly completed the 3rd championship century of his career, with 17 fours and 2 sixes. He found useful support from Ed Barnard, and the pair had added exactly 50 for the 7th wicket when Kieran Noema-Barnett tipped things Gloucestershire's way. The Kiwi removed Cox for 124, smartly caught behind by Gareth Roderick. That was the last ball of Noema-Barnett's over, and with the first of his next he had Barnard caught at slip for 23. John Hastings survived the hat-trick ball, but not the one after, chipping straight to mid-off, and it was 286 for 9. Worcester skipper Joe Leach scored 17 runs from just 7 balls to take the score to 300 for 9 and then declared, leaving Gloucestershire to survive a tricky 8 overs before the close. Cameron Bancroft and Chris Dent managed it for the addition of 20 runs to take the home side's lead to 103 with 10 second innings wickets remaining. An absorbing day dominated by that century for Cox before Noema-Barnett hit back with those late wickets for Gloucestershire, finishing with 4 for 31. Both teams will feel they're in the contest heading into day 3.